In what ways does your media product use, develop, or challenge forms and conventions of real media products? In my research into magazine covers, I found that forms and conventions tend to be more masculine and focus on action films. I developed these forms and conventions and adapted a magazine cover to suit my target audience in a more feminine way. The masthead is a reflection of this, as it is pink and sparkly, which would generally be associated with women. The picture is a close-up of the protagonist Anna. It shows two halves of her face, one is her character and one is the actress Laura. This appeals to women because it holds an element of reality that they are able to find out about Laura as a person as well as the film. Other existing magazines similar to mine are Total Film Magazine and Premiere Magazine. These are both film magazines and often feature the protagonist picture. I noticed that they also have the protagonist picture with a pose reflecting their character. I noticed that the masthead and cover lines tend to be in a colour reflecting the genre or the protagonist's clothing. These magazines also use close-up shots of the protagonist. This Empire magazine with Keira Knightley on the cover is for a period drama film. Her costume reflects this, and I have done the same in my magazine front cover. The expression that the protagonist Anna has is a serious one. This represents her character as a non-stereotypical woman that may go against the rules and conventions of a woman in the 1940s. She looks like a strong girl in the pictures, and the right-hand picture of Laura herself not in costume seems to be smiling slightly, giving an insight to her personality. This develops conventions because a normal film magazine usually features a protagonist in costume only representing their character. This is a comparison of my media product and existing film magazines which all feature the protagonist's pictures. My media product uses the conventions of the presentation of the film title. Many film trailers that I looked at in my research had a white on black title which is simple but stick in your mind. Jane Eyre, Pride and Prejudice and Atonement all have faded to black shot and then a title on the black. These existing film trailers influenced my decision to do the same. Another convention I have used in my film trailer is the name credits, where a shot of the character is shown and then their name is introduced. The same was done in the Atonement and One Day trailers, which demonstrates how it is a typical convention of a trailer of this genre. The titles in the Jane Eyre and Atonement trailers are all white writing on a black background. I used this convention in my media product to ensure that they were readable and made a dramatic impact and hints the plot. A trailer that did this differently is Atonement, where the titles are over a clip. This example shows this. I did not use this slightly altered convention because it is much clearer to read white on black text. A convention used in all of the period drama genre trailers that I looked at is the establishing of the era and historical settings. I have used this convention by using titles to show the date of the 6th of May 1941, including wall posters on the wall and using settings which looked of the same era. For example, the lounge that we filmed the party in featured an antique lamp and grand fireplace which wealthy people of the era would have had. I also filmed in a house on a farm where there were chickens and horses, contributing to our historical setting. We also ensured our mise-en-scène was believable to be of the 1940s, and all of the ladies in the party scene wore dresses to show that they are of a higher class. This is the used convention demonstrated in the Jane Eyre, Atonement and Pride and Prejudice trailers. I have used the convention of a trailer rush, but developed it by putting clips over clips to create an effect and emphasise the confusion of the love triangle, which is emphasised in my trailer. The love triangle plot is also another convention of this genre film which I have used. This is shown in the Pride and Prejudice trailer. Another convention that I have developed is the female protagonist's love life. I developed this convention by also involving a child, which would not be common in this time period. I have used the conventions of a film poster by having the two protagonist pictures as the main feature of the poster. The characters Anna and Robbie are staring into each other's eyes, which demonstrates a pose reflecting their characters. This is another used convention. The layout of the title to the right of the picture slightly develops the forms and conventions, as it is usually central as shown in the following posters. The layout and positioning of the billing block that is central at the bottom of the poster is a convention of a real media product. I have used this convention on my film poster as it was in this position on every film poster I looked at. Here are some examples. The tagline being positioned beneath the title of the film name is another convention that I have used, which is also demonstrated in these pictures. The title font on all three of my media products are different to each other. The one featured on the magazine is a simple text used in a sentence. The title font used in the trailer is a stereotypical old feather pen font. The fact that they are different demonstrates a challenge convention because although it would have been more recognisable being the same on all three, I wanted to use a bolder font on the poster. I have used the mise-en-scène conventions on my poster as the protagonists are in their character costumes. The polka dot blouse that the character Anna is wearing is very recognisable from the trailer, so is the coat that the character Robbie is wearing, as you can see from these clips. The writing featured in my poster is the letter, which is read out as a voiceover in the film trailer. This is a representation of the plot and the genre of the film, which is a period drama. The use of this hinting at the genre through writing on the poster is a challenge convention, as throughout my research into film posters, I did not see anything like it done.